we're gonna, it should be hitting now. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Triumphant Magazine show where we present Triumphant Tuesdays. And today we are blessed to be able to have Rekia Beverly here with us. She's Mrs. Ashbury, and she's going to tell you about the series and the collection that she has available. And we're going to go into some deep conversations today, so we're going to have fun. So before we begin, I just want to let you know that you can share this with others. Do us a favor. Let us know where you're looking in from, what city, what state. You have any questions for us, definitely put questions in the comment section and we'll respond to them as soon as we possibly can. So we just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. We are blessed to be able to have Mrs. Ashbury in front of us right now. So at this time, would you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes. Hello. Thank you for having me tonight. I'm excited to be here in front of your audience. So, I am Rekia Beverly. I am the author and founder of Mrs. Ashbury's World, everyone's favorite teacher. I am a teacher. I am an author. I'm the owner. I am the book character. And I just have fun doing all these things to just encourage not only kids but adults too, to just learn and to keep loving and learning.
I love it, and we love it because I tell you, before you started your collection, I've never seen a collection the way you have it, and I know you're gonna share with us like how your journey began, because I
Yes.
know people see where you are now, but even like with Triumphant Magazine, there was a beginning, there was a start. So could you share that with us, please?
For sure. So when I always talk in big groups and to kids, I tell them, I was like, I didn't have this original idea to begin with. I actually started writing and I had a little girl in mind with Afro puffs driving go karts, because as a kid, I like to drive go karts. And
Yes.
I had that idea and I really didn't like it. It didn't stick with me. So I had an idea a few years later. I'm in my classroom and I'm reading to my group of students, and it's a first day of school book. And I'm like, hmm, you know what? Everything talks about the child's perspective for the first day of school,
That's
and
it.
no one talks about the teacher's perspective. It's like
Wow.
teachers have a first day of school too.
That's it.
And right. So at the time, I didn't know anything about writing a book. I had no clue. I
Wow.
reached out to some big publishing companies, didn't know anything about the world of self publishing, which is what I do now. I self
What a
publish.
blessing.
Right. And I was just in contact with a few people. I had reached out to a friend of mine in Georgia and
Okay.
said, hey, I don't know where to start with this. I have this idea. She put me in contact with a few people. And from there, we started this journey. And I tell everyone, you can definitely see I've got the first book here.
Oh,
You
that's
can see the
beautiful.
progression of Mrs. Ashbury because she doesn't look the same. Well,
Right.
when I first started this, um, I was messing up. I didn't know what I was doing.
You had
And
to
I tell
start though.
people, oh, right, exactly. And I tell people, I didn't even know who I was working with. I knew my illustrator, but
Yes.
a publisher that I reached out to, I didn't know her at the time. So
Wow.
when I tell people this is definitely a journey of faith, it
Yes.
is.
Wow.
I still, if you look at the series in its entirety, Mrs. Ashbury changes, of course, because I have a new illustrator. That
Okay.
illustrator lives in Arizona. I've never met them.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, so it's like when I tell people, like, this is a journey faith. Like, if you want to see some faith, this is it,
This is
because I don't
faith.
even know the people. I've never met the people that I've worked with.
Wow.
So,
That's
that,
amazing.
yes. So I had this first idea. I was like, I didn't really care for it. And my students actually helped motivate me to keep writing in my
Oh,
school. And then people, started picking up on Mrs. Ashbury. And so they're like, when's the next book coming out? And I'm like, guys,
that's
it is a
it.
long process. I'm coming. I have the books written, but they're just not
Wow.
published yet. So,
That give you
um,
chills. Mm.
yeah, so definitely a faith journey. When I was like, all
Wow.
right, I posted a picture the other day on Facebook. I was like, just a mustard seed. I'm like, guys, this is
That's
this is
it.
all you need, like just this
Mm.
much. And and I hope that I'm a testament to people to
You
just
are.
take that leap. And
Yes.
this is what could happen, just
That's it.
go for it. Yeah.
That's it.
Hmm.
I love it because you highlighted a whole bunch of great things within that. Many people, and I was having a discussion with somebody else the other day, is they don't want to start. And it's once you get past that fear of
Hmm.
starting, then it can evolve. Like you said, you get people
Oh
around
yeah.
you that pour into you and say, "Hey, it's a need for it." They buy into the vision and they push you.
Yes, I was afraid. I was definitely afraid of what people would think of my writing. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember creative writing in high school. I remember journal writing, things like that. And
Wow.
to just have my work out there,
Yes.
and I didn't know what people would say. I had my first negative Amazon review.
Yes.
I took it to heart because this is my baby, this is my passion. But
Absolutely.
then I thought, I was like, you know what? I'm writing from my experience and I can speak
Absolutely.
from my experience. So no matter what anyone else says, you speak from your experience. You don't know who you can touch the lives of. You just keep going. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love
Mhm.
it. I tell you, I'm glad, I'm grateful, and I know the students are, and everybody else, they're grateful that you answered the call. You went ahead and you answered the call. Like you said, there was like anything, even with the magazine, they're growing pains. So you start off one way and
Mhm.
you have to change things
Yeah.
and you grow from it. And I love how you said you accepted the constructive criticism to build yourself and to grow. So
Right.
definitely, we appreciate that about you, all those qualities. And not only that, you're the first one to have a book that looks like you out there. So, right, the
I
series,
think, yeah, the
collection.
series as a teacher, yeah, as
Yes,
in a teacher series, first African American woman. Yep. We've
what a
searched. I've
blessing.
got people digging all over and we still cannot
Mm,
find anyone to
wow, give you
represent,
chills.
Black.
Well, you holding it down, that's for
Thank
sure.
you.
You are holding it down. And tell us, because you did also tell us what you did for Black History Month with your books.
Yes, so for Black
Yes,
History Month, I was inspired first by everything that I liked as a child. So I wrote Mrs. Ashbury Teaches Black History, right? So
yes,
I wrote that book and I loved ice cream, so I write about the ice cream scoop in there. I love to sing, even though I may not can carry a tune, but I write about, a piece of the microphone to help amplify the voice. Um,
yes.
Ice skating. As a kid, I love ice skating, so I talk about Debbie Thomas. And so during the month of February, this year, is it this year? No, 2021. My everything's running together, but
I
I was
understand.
featured, yeah, in at One Daytona for with the Kenneth Grant Inspirations
Yes.
photo exhibit to feature Black role models within Volusia County.
Which was
That
awesome.
was a nomination based off of peers, community, and I was selected to be featured in that, and that was an experience in itself. I was like, oh my
It
goodness.
it was Black excellence at its best, 'cause I
Yeah, just to
went there
take it
and
all
it
in.
was awesome to be able to say, "Look at Mrs. Ashbury, look at Rekia Beverly," and I'm telling you, you really represented it, and all the people that was there, they you could tell you could respect what they do, and that's a blessing.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely another meaningful moment. Like I told you, like before, like I'll sit there and cry, tears of joy. Just
Absolutely.
everything's just so overwhelming. I just want to remember just everything, the whole journey. God has brought me so far. So
Mm.
I just know we're just gonna keep on going. I'm just gonna hang tight.
That's it. I'm telling you, I appreciate a lot of different things. Like you said, a lot of times all it takes is that mustard seed faith. As God says in His Word, He said, "Without faith, it's impossible to
Hmm.
please God." And I'm thankful that you don't operate that way. You know what it takes. You know who to call on. You know who's going to
Yeah.
come through for you. And you've been faithful, like I mentioned to you even before we started. You have been faithful, and God tells us when we're faithful over the little things, that's when He allows us to be blessed over more things
Hmm.
than we can ever imagine, you know,
Right.
because of your faithfulness. And it's your time, Rekia.
And
So
I
I
and
just
I
want to
tell
say,
people too, like, you sit there, you sing these songs, you sing them in
yes,
church, you sing them in your car,
Yeah,
praise and worship. I'm like, listen, those things happen. There's a
they
song,
do.
Enlarge My Territory. Like,
Mm.
okay, you're
Jabez prayer.
saying it. Okay, like, wait, hold
That's it.
on.
That's it. Do it, Lord.
So you
Do it
sit
for
there
me.
singing these songs and you're not realizing. I mean, when you read the scripture, yes, you say it out loud. Yes, you apply to it. But when you start that praise and worship, that's like,
Mm.
okay,
A
I'm
different story.
saying this, I'm speaking into the atmosphere,
Mm.
right?
I
So it's
love
a
it.
whole different ball
I
game.
love it. And I know you found yourself like, speaking a lot of things in existence, which is another subject on itself is power in our tongue. Like
Hmm.
what we say. They say speak those things that are not as though they are
Right.
or as though they
And
were.
what I found interesting too, I would play
Yes.
these songs in the morning for my students. And I would play them every day, not realizing, wait, this song is for me too.
Wow.
And
Mm.
yeah, so that was a changing moment too. I'm like, wait, this applies to me too. So I'm singing with them and I'm
That's
starting
it.
to believe it myself. I was like, okay, I can
Absolutely.
do this. Yeah. So definitely learning all together.
What a
Hmm.
blessing. And I love how you, like you said earlier, you took that leap of faith and you looked at it a different way. You said there's plenty of things out there for the kids, but what about the teachers? What about from the teacher's
Right.
perspective? How things go on.
Hmm.
So awesome on your part. Now the next question that we have is did you experience any challenges in the beginning?
Oh, yes. So, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing at the beginning, and I was trying to do everything by myself. I
Yeah,
had an illustrator, and that's all that he focused on. He was an artist.
right.
So, when you go the self publishing route and when you go publishing with books, there's formatting and layouts and dimensions. You need to know all of this in order to
Yeah,
upload to have a successful product, right?
that's it.
I tried to do it myself. Red errors, margins too
You,
small.
s-
I'm talking about like red everywhere. It's almost
you
like
said
back in
everywhere.
high school where you're getting your paper
Teacher,
graded and you got red marker everywhere. I'm like, no. And I mean, there were times like I was frustrated.
I
Um,
bet.
I would cry, and those were not tears of joy; those were
No,
frustration tears. I'm like, come on, I was like, Lord, I was like, you gave me this vision. I said, I need, come on,
that's
let's
it.
get through this. Um, and yes, and I tell the kids that too. I'm like, listen, there were red air messages everywhere. Pause, and it took me almost, was it 2 to 3 years to finish the first book.
Okay,
Um, and I stop and I tell people like it's okay to pause.
it is.
It's okay to pause, take a step back, reevaluate, see what's really going on. Pick up where you left off, or you have another idea. Just like with my first idea for a book, like I
Yeah,
didn't like it, so I started over. Um, but yes, there's definitely some challenges at the beginning.
that's it.
And then finding a new illustrator. So my
Wow.
original illustrator, he had other plans in mind. I was okay with that. I get it.
Yes.
So I knew that I wanted to move forward. I'm like, okay, Lord, you're not done with me yet. Okay, we're gonna keep on going. And that's how I ended up with my illustrators, the company out in Arizona, DG
Oh,
Self Publishing. So they've been amazing for every single book journey. Yeah.
which is a blessing. And
Yes.
I love it like you said, because I mean that's a tough decision. Like you have one illustrator and then you're trying to figure out like who's the next one that's gonna
Mhm.
buy into your vision and take your vision even further than what it is
Yes.
right now.
Yeah. Lots of interviews over the phone via face. So I met everyone through Facebook groups.
Oh, what a
I know
blessing.
people say, Facebook, this, that, and the other. I was like, listen, to be honest, you can create your own world on Facebook. And I
That's
did
true.
just that. I surround myself with positive
That's
people who are
it.
encouraging me. And so I found a Facebook group for authors, and they were on there, part of the crew that I could interview, and I talked with them, and I immediately fell in love with their company. So
Wow,
like, that
what a
was nothing.
blessing.
Yeah, that was nothing but God ordering my steps. That's all that was.
That's it,
Because
truly.
He knew I couldn't do that. I know what I was doing.
That's it. So do you think you'll ever like teach either adults or either children also how to write books and how to self-publish it themselves?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. People ask me all the time. I refer them. I tell them what I know.
Yes.
The companies I trust, and I'll cheer
Yeah.
them along their journey. But they initially really have to take that first leap. They've got to believe in
Absolutely.
themselves. You don't go in with doubt. Like, you just got to do it. Go for it.
That's
Because
it.
everyone's gonna have something to say at the end of the day,
Yeah,
positive or
absolutely.
negative. You just got to keep going. If there's something that you really want to do, just
Just
go
go ahead
for
and
it. Hmm.
like the Nike commercial say, just
Just
do it.
do it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go.
That's it. I know. I was telling somebody the other day. I had a dream when I was a while back when I was younger, and it was this little girl. She was on the car, and she had written a book. And I kept saying to God, I'm like, well, that's what I want to do. I want to write books. I want to do this. I want to do that. And He said, you know what? You can do it, but the only difference is the girl, she went ahead and she did it. Even as a little baby, she was writing it.
Mm,
So I mean, that's significantly what you're saying.
that makes
Significantly.
all the difference. That's right.
Yes.
People, the ideas are there. People all the time come up to me. I've got the idea. Well, let's do. I'm giving you, what is it? You can bring a cow, horse to water, but you can't make them
Can't
drink.
can't make them drink.
Yeah, you can.
That's
Like,
it.
I'm give here. Like, this is it.
That's it.
Um, just go for it. Yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it. And what about the designing of your shirts? How did you come up with
Oh yeah,
deciding?
so this is all fun. I actually made the design. So with the illustration company, with the self-publishing company, I own all the rights when I'm done. So
What
all
a
the
blessing.
illustrations, yes, all the illustrations I can take, I can crop, I can remove backgrounds, and that's
Oh,
how I'm
that's
able to
great.
do the stickers. I've got my stickers here. There we go.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. That's
Shirts,
beautiful.
anything like that. And so I've kind of like self-taught and
Yes.
taught myself how to do certain things and
That's
YouTube
fantastic.
videos. And yeah, so I mean, I tell people, it's like, I'm balling on a budget. So I need to
Right.
kind of learn how to do this stuff until I'm able to get to that point where I can hire someone to
Absolutely.
do it for me. But for now, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, but you're smart anyway because you're a teacher. So I know every now and then I have to substitute as a teacher, and I
Mm,
know we have to make things work no matter what we have. So
that's
you
right.
you you already know how to. I deal with the ones K through 6 every now and then.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
so-
yeah. So that's
but
how I'm
you do.
able to make it.
I love the colors and everything that
Thank
you have
you.
together.
It's
Yeah,
funny because people will ask, they were like, who does your marketing and your graphics? I was like, me?
you do a
Like, I do.
marvelous job. Marvelous job.
And there's free apps out there. That's what I tell people. Listen, go
Wow.
to this app, try it out. If you don't like it, here's another one. But I don't mind helping people and
Right.
showing them things, yeah, which things to use.
Yeah, you should actually think of, I don't know whether you thought about it or not, like having a training, like where people come see you and they want to learn how to do the
Um,
different things.
oh,
You
that's
know,
cool.
yeah, that would be awesome, whether it be adults or children. But
Hmm.
I could see you doing that. That
Oh, that'll
because
be
you
fun.
have the patience, you have everything else that goes with it.
I had a lot of ideas on a comment on my Facebook. I was like, oh, I really like this. I may run with it and see what
That's
happens. Like
it.
a summer camp. I was like, that's really cute.
It
So,
certainly would be nice.
yeah, yeah,
It
some fun
certainly would be.
ideas.
Yeah. So I'm gonna at this time we're gonna hold off on the questions, and if you want to take a moment to pick a book of your choice, and you can read
Okay.
like anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. That way, if we have children or parents that come to this later, they'll be able to enjoy this as well.
All right. Okay. So it's always hard to pick a favorite, but to really
So many, all of them.
showcase my fun side,
Yes.
I'm going to read a part from Mrs. Ashbury Teaches Black History.
Oh, I love it. Excellent
All
choice.
right. So here we go. Okay. Ashbury, 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 the
Ashbury.
class shouted. Mrs. Ashbury appeared from behind the curtain. Caitlin yelled from the seat, "Is this a concert?" Mrs. Ashbury replied, "Enjoy the show. We are about to begin. A, B, C, D, one, two, three. Knowledge is everything. This time, won't you sing with me? A, B, C, D, one, two, three. Knowledge is everything. Sing it out, scream it out loud. It's all about the learning, learning, learning." The class was rocking to the beat. Mrs. Ashbury paused. "Students, wait 1 second. I have a friend I want you to meet. Mr. James Edward Macio West, please come out. I would not
Wow.
have been able to perform my song if it weren't for you, that's for sure, without a doubt." Mrs. Ashbury explained, "Your invention of the electric microphone amplifies my voice. I can hold the mic in my hand or place it on a stand. It's my choice."
That's it.
One of my favorites. Um,
That's
I
pretty
have another.
good.
That's one of
That's
my
pretty good.
favorites. So I actually wrote that song. So the song
Wow.
is on my website and on
Oh,
iTunes. So
congratulations.
I included it in the book. So I thought that would be fun
What a
for people to
blessing.
sing it and kind of dance
Wow.
to it.
So is that the first song you wrote? The very first one you wrote, or
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
congratulations.
wrote some
Right.
like as a kid,
Yes.
but to have it actually follow through and be on
What a
iTunes and
blessing.
Spotify. So that's pretty cool.
What a blessing. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that is outstanding. Now, the next question that we have, and then we're going to go to a commercial in a second.
Okay.
If someone is watching and they are going back and forth about writing their first children's book, what recommendations would you give them?
The first thing is, so I have these ideas at random times of the day. Okay. Use your phone, use a piece of notebook paper, a napkin, whatever you have, and just write the ideas down.
Yes.
Because I don't know about you, I don't know about anyone else, but there's so many things going on around us,
Yes.
you'll forget.
That's true.
And that's one of the things I regret sometimes about certain things, especially in the middle of the night. Like I
Yeah.
just don't take that extra effort to roll over and just to write it down. Then I try to remember it the next morning and it's gone. So I'm like, you know what? Go just write it down. Um, Even like my first idea for the book, I wrote it down.
Oh,
Went
wow.
back and revisited. I didn't care for it too much. So we
Yes.
write again. Like just get those ideas out.
Get him out.
Write them down. I think there's power in writing things down.
That's true.
Write it down. So yeah, that's my advice. Just ideas, let it flow because you never know your notes later that you compare from this year to next year. They may align.
Right.
You just don't know. So just write it all out. Just write it all out.
I love it. Now, do you have like do you do like a vision board, or you write down like every single year what you want to see accomplished, whether it be through yourself or through your book series, your collection? Do you do any of that throughout the year?
I used to do vision boards.
Yes.
My girlfriends and I would we live all over, so we would get together and do a vision board. This year
Yes.
we did not. And I know people talk a lot about like New Year's resolutions and things like that. There, in my mind, there is no way to put like we talked about earlier, how God will blow our mind. Like
That's
I
true.
could not have expected
No.
half of the things that are happening. I mean, I
No,
just
it's
I don't
him.
know. Yes, like I can't. Like sometimes I'm like I can't make this up. No, I can't. Um, but yeah, I used to do vision boards. Like I said, I think in the middle of the night. No, I don't think. I know in the middle of the night when those ideas come to me, that's like
Just
another
write them
vision God
down.
has given me. So I'm like, okay, use my phone, type it out, text it out,
Absolutely.
do that. But I have not done a vision board. I have not. Um, Recently I haven't really written any goals. I'm like, y'all, I'm like every time like, oh, a new door is open. I'm like, oh my gosh, there we go.
And
Like,
that's what
oh,
we want to
oh,
have happen.
yes. So even like with this grant that I won, I out of 15,000 applications, only 10 people won.
15,000?
15,000.
Oh my gosh, that's quite a bit. And only 10?
10.
Wow.
10 interviews. They narrowed it down to the last 25. We interviewed in person with the CEO. And I'm like,
Wow.
I couldn't have, I don't know. I could have maybe written that down on a vision board, I
Right.
don't think about that to
No,
write that
you
down.
don't have to. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
have to.
it's just, yeah. So every year it's just like, okay, all right, thank you, Lord, thank you,
That's it.
Lord.
But that's a blessing though, like you
It
said,
is.
to see things happen. And we know that if it wasn't for God, the Lord being on our side, where
Mhm.
would we be? And many
Mhm.
things that He allows us to accomplish and do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I know
Yeah.
I had my aunt, she's been passed now since like 2015. But she didn't do a vision board. What she did was on a piece of paper, she wrote down several things that, she wanted to see
Mhm.
happen. And I
Mhm.
remember having a conversation with her at one time, and she was just like, there was one thing that wasn't answered, but everything else was answered that she had written down. So yeah,
And
so
I will say, the year I did do the vision board, you know what? Hold on. Now, here we go. The year I did the vision board, I took some magazine cutouts.
yes.
And on that magazine cutout, and I think I still have it, there was a table and just like some random products on that table and a woman
Right.
standing there.
Okay.
That was before I even,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So I'm like,
Wow.
okay, yes. So if I can find if I can find it, I'll send you a picture of it. But there is, it's just a lady standing there, and I
Wow.
believe it's a
Isn't that
green
amazing?
table.
Yes.
Yes. Hmm.
Wow. That give you chills.
It does. It
That
does. I'm
give you
like, wait,
that,
I do remember.
yeah,
Yes.
that give you
Yes.
chills. Yeah, so
Hmm.
what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna go to a couple of commercials and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna continue the interview with the phenomenal Mrs. Ashbury, also known as Rekia Beverly. So thank you for tuning in with us, but I'm gonna go over a couple of commercials real quick. So give me just one moment, because we have a lot of great things going on in our community. So give me one second. Okay, so I just want to let everybody know that Carol Chisholm is nominated for two different categories. She's nominated for the Traditional Artist of the Year, and she's also nominated for Recorded Music Packing of the Year. And you can actually go on www.tampabaygospelawards.com to actually vote for her. And you can do unlimited amount of voting. Once again, she's been nominated in two different categories. We also have, give me one second. We also have coming up on May the 20th, we have a manifestation in Florida. I apologize for that. Friday, May 20th, 2022, which is going to be Movie in the Park. That's going to take place between 6 and 8 p.m. We also have on Saturday, May 21st, 2022, Day of Education. That's going to take place between 10 and 4 p.m. We also have on Sunday, May 22nd, Music in the Park. And these activities, once again, take place Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They do have vendor opportunities. I believe it's taking place, well, it is. It's taking place in D-Land at 322 South Clara Avenue. So if you're interested in any vending opportunities, you want to definitely reach out and they'll be able to let you know what you need to do to be involved. I know they on Saturday and Sunday they have vendors, and I'm pretty sure maybe Friday as well. So just want to let all of you know that that's the upcoming program that we have. And then give me just one moment. And then this right here is Stan Harrison. He's actually and he has State Farm, which is the insurance. He has a book that he recently has out have out. He did an opening a couple of weeks ago, and actually he's going to be on our show tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. So you'll be able to tune in again tomorrow for the Triumphant magazine show, and he'll be a part of it, and you'll be able to ask some different questions. But you can go on here and order Stan's book. It's definitely an incredible book. It's his very first book that he has written. So I just wanted to share those couple of things with you as far as what we have going on in our community. And I have one more announcement. On May 28th, 2022, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., there's free admission. And it's actually where they're going to actually get together for a pop up shop. It's admission is free, but if you want to become a vendor, I'm pretty sure there's a fee. Definitely get connected to the Volusia businesswomen.com. That's for all the women that have businesses and they cater to women. And we don't want to exclude men. Men can also be a part of it. You can sign on the website. You can let us know the different events that you have coming up. You're also able to, for a minimum fee, be able to have your information in there. Definitely worthwhile. Once again, it's the Volusia Business Women, stronger together. We know that we are stronger together than we are apart. This is actually sponsored by Evangelist Angie B. So it's Angie B and Bart T Productions. So you can get in touch with them and find out what you have to do to be able to become a part of it. But once again, save that date, May 28th, 2022, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So that's going to take care of our announcements today. We're going to go back to the phenomenal Rekia Beverly, also known as Mrs. Ashbury. And she's been doing a marvelous job. So we're going to go ahead and turn back over and continue the questions that we have. And if you have any questions out there, definitely put it in here. A couple of things I do want to let you know, Rekia. Um, Rhonda Hardy says, congratulations, Rekia, Mrs.
Thank you.
Ashbury. And then we have April S. I think it's Whitaker.
Oh.
Oh, she says,
Yeah.
congratulations, Rekia. So thank you so much. Once again, put your comments in here. You have any questions for Rekia or Mrs. Ashbury, please put them in here. We'll mention it now. She can go ahead and answer some of the questions you have. And we're going to go ahead and move with the questions that we have. Please put the city and state you're coming in here on, because we definitely want to know that as well. And I'm going to go ahead and put Mrs. Ashbury information. That way you can see it as well. So we're going to go ahead. Okay. Put that there for a second. So the next question that we have for you is, and you mentioned it earlier, but just for some that may be just coming in, how did it feel to have your picture at the exhibit for the Black History Month in February 2022?
Yeah, each time, because I was trying to make my way up there every day after work, and friends would want to meet me up there. So every time, well, let me go back to the very beginning. When I first walked into the building, I
Yes.
didn't want to go to my picture first. So I was just kind of looking around, taking it all in. And then the left corner caught my eye. I was like, that's it.
I know that's right.
Because I hadn't seen them.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
see any proof. So that was my first time seeing the pictures, the
Wow.
photographs. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, these are absolutely beautiful.
They certainly
And
were.
each time, a friend would join me. Um, I would have a family member. So each
Yes.
time it gave me just a greater purpose,
That's it.
and kids would come and
Yes.
neighborhood kids were up there. They're like, we know her. I went to school with
What a
her.
blessing.
And the kids were like, no. I was like, no, I do know your mom. So I was like, famous? I don't
It's
know.
beautiful.
It was
You
so,
are. I'm telling you, because when I
it
went in there, I
was
went
so
in there two
nice.
different times, and they were taking all kind of pictures and putting it on Facebook.
Like,
And
you
yes,
gotta have, I'm telling you, you gotta have great friends. I mean, your
you
friends
do.
will make you, like, they
That's
will
it.
help you. It's
That's
like
it.
the
That
hype.
is the
Yes.
truth. That is the truth. But like we said earlier, that they definitely, we know as a couple, they definitely do Black excellence out there.
Oh, yes,
They
yes.
believe in
And
doing.
I shared I shared with them, and they had told me, they were like,
Yes.
these photographs from the previous year, they have helped so many people. People have, there's so many opportunities. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, their hands are blessed already, right?
That's
And so
it.
then you have, then City Trends and this
Yeah.
grant, and I'm like, I use those pictures for
That's it.
my headshots. And
That's it.
I'm like, y'all were right.
That's it. Kind of expressions, right?
Yes, get inspiration. Yes.
Inspirations. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Located in Daytona Beach. So if you're looking for somebody to do your pictures and you want them to do an excellent job and do right by you, definitely reach out to them
Mm-hmm.
in Daytona
Yes.
Beach. Yeah. So awesome. Awesome. Now, the other question is, we also had you within Triumphant magazine. You were featured as a woman of worth because what? You are a woman of worth.
Yeah.
So tell us, how did it feel to be able to share your story there with the world as
Yeah,
well?
that was just beautifully put together. So kudos to you and your team.
Yes.
When I saw that, I was like, again, taken aback. Wow. To see, I think what happens is we kind of, I don't say we get caught up in the moment, but to
Yes.
see everything all together in one place, it
Yes.
just realizes, okay, you have done something. You are inspiring other people. You just kind of keep used to going,
That's
right?
it.
And
That's
so to
it.
see it in
Mm,
print makes a world of a difference. You're like, wow, this did happen. Yes, I can keep going. So
that's
just
it.
having that reassurance.
Motivation.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. So I'm like, and I'll have this for years to come. So
Absolutely.
it's nice to see everything in one spot and to just be honored and celebrated with other women. That's impactful too.
It is, and I actually have the board in the office, so I get to see all you beautiful women every single time I approach
See?
my office.
Yes, yes. Like this is my why. This is my
That's it.
purpose. Mm-hmm.
That's it. So awesome. Thank you for answering that question. Once again, if you have any questions, I know you're watching live. Some of you may be watching from Facebook, some of you may be watching from YouTube. If you have any questions at all for Mrs. Ashbury, please put it in here. That way she can go ahead and answer your questions at this time. And then I'm going to go ahead and move to the next questions, but definitely feel free to put some questions in there. So the next question that we have is, can you tell us about your upcoming events?
Yes. So well right now I just had a busy past month. So everything was
Yes,
super busy. Um I don't have anything planned as of now. I'm just trying to
right.
get through the school year, so I have the rest of the school
Absolutely.
year to go. I think we're on day 12. I think 12 days left.
Okay.
So my plan is definitely I want to get everyone together who's purchased a love shirt. I want to do a big photo shoot with
That's
the
gonna
love
be
shirts.
awesome.
And I want to have a book signing
Okay.
for book 4 and 5 because when I published book 4, Mrs. Ashbury Teaches Black History, COVID was real, like
Yeah.
everything was shut down. So I didn't really have a
Yes.
chance to celebrate that with everyone. And
That's
so
gonna
then
be
I have,
great.
yeah, and then I have Mrs. Ashbury to the rescue. So I want to combine that and then kind of do something, I don't know what yet, but something to just give back
I love
within that
it.
book signing.
Yes.
So I'm going to be working on that. So stay tuned for those event dates and I'll be gearing up for that. Getting some rest first and then
That's it.
I'll be
That's
planning.
it.
Yes.
I love it. How do your kids feel to have Mrs. Ashbury in the house?
They so it's funny because I'll get new students and so my other kids are like, she wrote a book. And they're like, no, she did. They're like, yeah, she did. It's right there. And so then they flip to the back and they see my picture, like, oh, she did. Like, and
Wow.
she has a song. Play the song. Play the song. So
That's
go on
it.
YouTube and play the song. It's hilarious to watch. And
It is.
and because I don't really, I let the kids kind of learn and figure it out on their own. And then when
Yes.
I show up dressed as a book character, then they're really like, what?
That's it. I was watching it one time where I think you had it with the chickens, like you was reading the book. How was that experience for you?
I'm like, Mrs. Ashbury and these adventures. Okay.
Yes.
That was I actually had a student that was there at the farm that day,
Right.
and he was like, Miss Beverly, there's a chicken behind you. And of course I knew that the chicken was behind me, but I had to keep reading, the
Right.
show must go on.
That's it.
And that was fun. That was funny to watch. But I think my favorite part
Yes.
of the transformation and becoming Mrs. Ashbury is when I'm out at vending events and I'll
Yeah.
have my banner up
Yes. I saw
and
that.
they see the author like there on the banner, then they
Right.
see the book character, the digital version, and then they see like me dressed up, right?
That's
All on the
it.
banner. So their eyes are just like follow. And then they look at the table and they're like, wait, that's she's right there. I'm like, yes, like
That's it.
and you can do this too, So I
What a
like
blessing.
watching their eyes just move and they're like, whoa, hey,
That's
that's
it.
her, that little light bulb go off. So that's
Yeah.
always fun to watch.
And, and then you participate a lot with Miss Donna. Um, and
Yes.
Miss Donna Gray Banks with the Fresh Book Festival because, like you said, you had everything set up. I love the fact that you occupied the kids with coloring, so they had crayons and you had them at a table coloring. You
Yeah,
know, and
I
they
feel
was
like there's a learning experience at
yes,
either way. And especially when I get parents to my table, I just start
yeah.
giving them like reading levels. I was like, okay, so if you flip here, like this is a reading level for this. What are some activities you can do at home? Like I'm using it as a teachable
What a
moment while I
blessing.
have them right there because
That's
when
it.
will they ever, you never know when they'll interact with someone or another teacher to be able to ask advice. So I take advantage of the opportunity while I
Yeah.
have it.
Yes. And then your teachers, they back you as well. They support you as well. And what I mean by that, I see a lot of them with the love shirts.
Yeah, yeah. So we have love shirts in California.
Oh,
We have
California.
yeah, and then I've got some I found out yesterday I've got some books over in Dubai, some
In Dubai?
yes,
Girl,
yes.
globally. Go
So
ahead,
that
Lord.
was
Go ahead,
amazing
Lord.
to
Do
find out.
it.
Yes, that's right. Some FAMU
Wow.
alumni. Yes, they had posted on some stuff. They're like, we
What a
have your
blessing.
books. I was like, wow. So that was
Globally.
amazing.
He can do
Yeah,
it.
I'm just thankful for
International.
the support and
That's
that's
it.
all. And always I include these people in my prayers, my customers,
My goodness.
um,
What a blessing.
because they're helping to continue spreading
Push
the
that
brand.
ministry because it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
ministry. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And so
Yeah.
if you're behind in the love movement, if you're sticking behind it, like you believe in love too. You believe in loving
That's it.
unconditionally and trying to love. Like, yeah, I know it gets hard.
It
It gets
does.
hard to
But we still
listen.
have to love.
We still have to do it.
Yes.
So yeah, yeah, that's been a very important movement, and me wearing the shirt being reminded, okay, Rakia, you have on the love shirt today. So you got now you really got to go out and show
That's
love.
it. Show that
So
love because somebody needs
when
to
a car
see it.
cuts you off, right, while you're driving, like,
That's it.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So tell us about your backpacks because that's
Yeah.
gonna I could see that just going all over the place.
So
Walmart, Target.
yeah, I've got a
Woo.
surprise for you. No one has seen this yet, so I saved it
All
for your
right.
show.
First
No one
on the
has this
show.
right. No
Oh,
one has
oh
seen
my
the love
gosh.
backpack
That's
yet.
beautiful.
Right. So everyone they've seen this one,
Yes. Look at
but
that.
the love
Firsthand
one,
on a
yes,
triumphant
the love
Tuesday.
one is here, and I
Oh,
love
that's
it.
beautiful. Oh my gosh. I want one of those and I don't
Yes,
even
yeah, yeah. And you know what I really love? They've got like a
Yes,
section in here
that's beautiful.
where there's some cushion, some padding, so a laptop
Oh,
can go
wow.
in there too.
That is really
hmm
nice. Oh,
The
that's
cushion pads
beautiful.
in the back, a little private zipper back here
Okay.
to store something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
need
I'm
one of those. I
really
like the black one. I need the black
okay.
one. Yes, that's
I will.
beautiful.
Yes, yeah,
Show
I'll
show
make sure
both
that
of them again.
happens.
That way they can
Oh,
see
yep.
you.
Okay, let me get
And
in here. There we go.
how can we get a hold of them? How can we
Yeah,
order
so
them?
they're on the website.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. If you could tell them the
There we go.
website. Well, it shows
Yep.
up here.
Mrs. Ashburysworld.com. And
Okay. Oh,
on
beautiful.
Facebook you find me. You can reach out, send me a message. I don't mind.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
beautiful. I tell you, what a blessing. That's gonna be all
Mhm.
over. You might all I could say, like TD Jakes, Bishop TD Jakes said, get ready, get ready, get ready. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, are you working on any new books this year? Any
Well, what
additional
I do
ones?
want to
Mhm.
do is I do have an affirmations journal.
Oh, I
So
love
a
it.
lot of people look at the series and they think it's geared towards kids, when at the same token, yes, but a lot of
Mhm.
adults learn from my books too. So I love that
Absolutely.
part. I
Yeah.
want to reach out to my middle school group.
Yes.
So I've I have the affirmations journal ready. I'll
Oh,
just be
awesome.
printing and making sure everything's ready to go to be launched
That's
officially during the summertime.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. How awesome. Awesome. And last year, like even though we were down the last 2 years, you had books came out the last 2 years too, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah. So
yeah.
tell
We
because some
did have
people
those
they
books.
kind of stopped or some people move forward. What made you move
I
forward with?
felt like that was the time. All the
Yes.
noise around me was
Yes.
silence. So it gave me more time to focus on writing. And yeah, so that's actually Mrs. Ashbury to the rescue.
Oh,
This is
that is so cool.
my
I love
bug,
it.
my STEM book, so my science, technology, engineering book. And
Oh, love
here's a
it.
fun page here.
That is fun. Yeah,
So
that is
Mrs.
fun.
Ashbury puts on her cape and she's
Love the
to the
color.
rescue. And yeah, here's another fun one. So all the kids end up doing an activity, either writing a song
Oh,
about their book that they learned about, a
that is too
diagram.
cool.
Yeah, so there's different things there. This is,
Oh,
I say this is my favorite, but they're all, once I
yeah,
write a new one, I'm like,
all of
oh, I
them.
love this one too. So that one's fun.
All of them. And I
Yeah,
have to give you like how Denzel Washington gave me a couple of years ago. I can't remember what interview it came out of, but they said to him, "What is the greatest movie you had?" And his conversation with whoever interviewed with him, he said, "The next one will be greater." So I say that to
it's
you, the
true.
next one would be greater. The
I
same thing I
believe
say with the
it.
magazine, the next one will be
I
greater.
believe it because
So
you
from
just,
our mouth to his ears.
that's right. That's right.
Okay, so the next question that we have is how can the audience purchase your books and merchandise?
So the book series is on Amazon. So if you just
Okay,
search Mrs. Ashbury's World, you'll see all 5 books in the series. Now, if
okay,
you want the affirmations book, like I've got a book for affirmations for adolescents, affirmations for young children, and the activity books and like keychains and things like that. That's
okay.
all through the website. So you have to go to mrsashburysworld.com,
Yeah.
and I'm behind the scenes with that too. So you'll be getting that from me, and you'll have to go through there to order all the extras. And
Okay,
I'll be
awesome.
working on getting those book bundles together. I have STEM kits with the Miss Ashbury to the Rescue book. So you get a magnifying glass, a cape,
Oh, that's pretty
um,
good.
some bugs to explore, and there's lots of activities in the book for those nature
Wow,
loving kids. Yeah,
that's
all the
fantastic.
books have some type of reading comprehension math
Wow.
questions in the
What a
back.
blessing. What a blessing. I never seen anything like that in my life. And I know you keep a lot of the young people attention just by doing,
Oh,
being true
thank
to who
you.
you are, like how we said earlier. So thank you for being true to
Thank
yourself.
you.
So the next question that we have is do you have any favorite scriptures or quotes?
Yeah, so I was that came easily to me. I was like, oh, definitely Psalms 23. Psalms 23. The Lord is
Yeah.
my shepherd. I shall not like that. That is it. My quotes, I have a favorite teaching quote. I
Okay.
don't really
That'll
have
work.
a okay, my favorite
Yeah.
teaching quote is it's a Montessori quote. So
Okay.
it's I'm the kids are now learning as if I did not exist.
Okay.
So it's a spin on we worked hard this whole year. I've prepared you. Now go shine. Like we're
That's
at this
it.
point where I you know what to do. This is our classroom now. You can go out
Absolutely.
and do it, and I can just stand there and just watch you. We had
Wow.
that moment today, so that was pretty
That's
fun. I was like, all
beautiful.
right, we got 12 days. I think it's 12 days left. I was like,
And
yes,
I know
y'all
it's gonna
ready?
be here before we know it, them 12
Yes.
days.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a nephew, like a son that's getting ready to graduate, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did this year go?
Hmm.
But I know on the teaching side, you probably ready.
Need that break. And even if it was year round, like a 2 week break or something like that, that would be fine. Just enough for me to rejuvenate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So our next question is what is the best way to contact you?
You can I'm on all social media, even TikTok now, so that's
Oh, good.
fun.
Congratulations.
TikTok
Wow.
is on, Instagram, so everything is Mrs. Ashbury's World, even on Twitter, YouTube. So if you want to send me a message, if you want to email me, it's contact at mrsashburysworld.com. So I've tried to make myself available in all different platforms. So if someone needs me, they'll
Outstanding.
be able to find me.
Absolutely. And you said you're on TikTok. Wonderful.
Yes, TikTok. Mrs. Ashley's on TikTok, dancing, some moves
That's it.
going.
That's it. Now, do you have any additional comments or remarks?
I do. I do. My philosophy, a motto that I've adopted for myself. Everyone often says, follow your dreams.
Yes.
So I scratched that and I said,
Okay.
accomplish your dreams.
Oh, I
Okay. We
love
want
it.
to accomplish them.
Accomplish your dreams.
Yes, we want to
I
make
love
sure
it.
that we seal the deal and we get it done because procrastination is never fun.
It's not.
So definitely accomplish your dreams. That's my first one. And then my other one is Mrs. Ashbury's favorite motto is to keep learning and loving. So
This
no
is.
matter how old you are, I said there's no excuse. There's something to be learned somewhere, even if it's to learn to love your neighbor. There's
Yeah.
something to be
It's,
learned
it's
no matter
something.
how old you are and how no matter how young you are. The babies learn how to crawl, tie their shoelaces.
I love
Adults
it.
can learn something too. Yes,
I love
yes.
it. Those are awesome recommendations that you gave us. So thank you. And I know all of us will definitely take it to heart. We have one more comment on here. I have, it looks like Erica Blout, and it says, my
Yes.
favorite teacher.
Hey, Miss Erica.
Yeah, so Erica
She's a
left them.
huge supporter. Every book, she's there.
Yes.
She takes care of her kids. She makes sure that her family they have learning materials through Mrs.
Wow.
Ashbury. Yes, she makes sure. And I need her in her love shirt. She has a love shirt.
She has the love shirt too.
She
And we'll definitely,
does.
I need to get my love shirt, and you gotta let us know where we gotta take that picture at. And I want
Yes.
that black, I want a black book bag.
Backpack.
I don't care if
Okay,
I
I
don't
gotcha.
go to school, I want a black book bag.
That's
But
gonna be fun.
if you wanna, do you have any shout outs that you want to make to anybody while we're here?
I can't see who's on, but really, I just thank everyone. I don't
Yes,
think I'll be able to officially say as many thank yous as I need to because the love and support is overwhelming at
I
times. I'm
believe
like
it.
me, like so I just thank everyone just either for sharing a Facebook post,
Yes.
for writing a message, texting me, telling me that I inspire them. I mean, these
That
are the
means the
things that
world.
help me write small things. It doesn't have to, you don't have to purchase the whole series. You just loving the post, sharing with a friend, letting people know that you know about Mrs. Ashbury. Those things go a long way. You don't have to be the richest person to support someone. You can show richness in other ways.
Absolutely. Now, how can the audience get in touch with you for future events,
hmm
upcoming events? Have you there?
That's yes, that's all on the website too under
Okay.
author visits. So if you want to go there, there's a form that you just fill out and it'll come directly to me and then we'll be in contact and we'll be ready to show up at your next event.
Okay, outstanding. So outstanding show. We can't thank you enough, Mrs. Ashbury, for being here with us today, also known as Rekia Beverly. We thank you so much for your time. We thank you for being a world changer. You're not only just a community changer, you are a world changer, like you already mentioned. You're in Dubai, and there's going to be so many other places. There's a song that I believe Tasha Cobb said, God is about to blow your mind. So with the things that he has already done and that he's going to continue to do in your life because of your faithfulness. So we're grateful that it is your time. So at this time, I'm going to get you to close us out with a prayer. And then we're going to do one more thing after we close out.
All right, all right. Dear Lord, I just thank you for tonight. I thank you for the opportunity to be able to spread your love and your light to people. I thank you for Miss Teresa for inviting me to be on her
Yes. Thank
platform
you, Lord.
tonight. I thank you for giving her the vision
Yes.
to offer this platform to people to share
Thank you.
their love and their learning and their knowledge with people
Yes.
to
Thank
reach
you, Lord.
beyond our state, our city, to
Yes.
just go
Beyond.
globally. I
Thank
thank
you,
you
Lord.
for what you've done, what you're
Yes.
going to do in
Thank
our
you for it
lives,
all.
because we have not seen the end of this, and we're
No.
just going to trust
Mm-mm.
you and follow you
Yes.
for all of our days to come. We love
Yes.
you, Lord.
Thank you for
We
doing it, Lord.
thank you. We never want to forget to say thank
No,
you,
never want to forget.
even if we mistakenly forget. Just
Yes.
know
Bring us back
that
to
our
you.
hearts, yes, bring us back to you, that our hearts
Yes.
are always yearning for you, for you to lead us and guide us. We
Yes,
thank you for
please.
everything that you're doing, everything that you're going to do. In your holy name we pray, Lord. Amen.
Amen and amen. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out with the commercial, and then don't go anywhere. I'm gonna come right back in just a
All
second.
right.
To our audience, we just want to say thank you for being a part of the show tonight. We can't thank you enough for your love and your support, your prayers. And as we mentioned earlier, if God has put something in you, start. And once you
Okay.
start, they used to have a story: you take one step, then He'll take two steps. So
Faith
start.
without works. You got to do
Yeah.
some work. You got
That's
to do
it.
something.
Faith,
That's
like
right.
like my friend was saying, my friend over there said, faith without works is dead. So
It's
you have
dead.
to
That's right.
not only have the faith, but put the works into it, and
Hmm.
then give everything back to him, and then he'll do the rest. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out in just a second. And thank you again for tuning in, whether it be Facebook or YouTube. We thank you. So we just want to say thanks again for joining us, and have a wonderful, wonderful night. Take care. God bless. We'll be back again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with Stan Harrison. So please join us tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Until next time, God bless. Take care. Bye bye.